What's going on today, guys? Lego Man 213 here, doing the part 2 for my 150th scale model collection. This entails all of my excavators, 2 loaders, a quote-unquote road builder. For those of you who don't know, it is actually labeled as a road builder, not an actual excavator. It's a road builder. And then 1 skidder and 1 specialty excavator, and you can probably see it in the background. But what I'll do, I'll start in the back, work my way left to right, and then start in the front and work my way right to left. So starting off, this is the specialty excavator. This is the cat drilling rig that I had talked about. Now this one, there is a lot of neat features to this, so I'm not going to show you because I'm holding my phone and then I'm using one hand to do a lot of the movements. But the drill itself, this portion here, can actually go up and down per the winch cables, which is off of this here and this here. So those two actually can control 2 lines, and you can kind of see them. It's hard to show on camera, but they are there. They are on that side as well. So this actually can go up and down, and then the boom is actually able to go up and down as well, and then you can angle it forward and backwards in terms of, so once it's up, you can either bring the boom this way or this way to get it straight up and down, or if you need to drill at an angle, things like that. So this machine's pretty cool. The only thing that is, I guess, a negative to it is the undercarriage does not move. It is in its fixed position, and what I mean by that is it is designed to bring the tracks in and out, and it is currently in the out position. They do not move, and they will not move. So that is the only complaint I have with that model, but other than that, it's a very cool model. It displays very nicely on the low boy that I have hooked up to the C500. So very nice model. Enjoy it a lot. The only other gripe I have, the guardrail, the railing system right here tends to fall off a lot if you bump it just right. And what I mean by just right is you can lightly, tap it and it falls off. Next up, this is my Cat 374 excavator. This is actually the largest excavator that I have in my collection. It is a mining excavator, obviously, but it is a very nice model. It has your guarding, cab guarding, as you can see here, same as the drilling rig as well. So it's a very similar setup for the cab guarding. You have your top cab guard and then your front windshield cab guard as well. But very, very big model and a very well detailed model. Also, it does display on a lowboy very nicely. It does fit. Roughly, I would say it is a little bit narrower than the drilling rig, but the drilling rig and the 374 have a very similar width in terms of undercarriage spread. So keep that in mind if you're looking to get one and display it on a trailer. The wider the trailer you can get is better. Next up, this is my Cat 336. This was my first excavator that I bought from Die-Cast Masters, other than the one John Deere that I have. But this was my second excavator that I've owned, and then my first Die-Cast Masters Cat piece of equipment. It is a 336. Don't mind the dust, guys. It's very dirty in my room in terms of dust. But it does have a lot of nice detail. Decent sized bucket, very well detailed with hydraulic hoses. Like I said, it's a Die-Cast Master, so it's a very high quality model. Metal tracks, all the tracks here except for the link belt and the John Deere, they are all metal tracked. So very nice, very realistic. So very, very happy there. Next up, this is the 568 Cat, again, made by Die-Cast Masters. This is a log loader. This, in the forestry terms, would be known as a shovel logger. It is designed to be able to work in the woods, not in just a landing form, but in a atmosphere where it is moving logs from the cutting area to the landing, or to at least a deck where a skidder can come and pick them up and haul them out to the landing. But in British Columbia, they do a lot of shovel logging, and what that entails is you have your grapple, you got your heel, and then your stick and boom. And then what happens is the operator will grab logs and he will either throw them downhill, or he will move them as he tracks. So he'll pick them up, grab, move them out to an area where a skidder can actually get them easier. Next up, I don't remember the model off of my head. It is a 3156G. This is a John Deere shovel logger. There we go, backed out the zoom. Again, very similar to the Cat, only is a John Deere. One gripe I have with this machine, so the grapple, if you look on the Cat grapple, very thick, very nice. The John Deere grapple, it's a lot smaller. It is actually a thinner plastic. So I'm not overly happy with that, just because of durability, but it is a very nice model nonetheless. On the John Deere one, at least, there are a bunch of side compartments that do open up. The only thing that functions on the Cat is the cab folds down for transport. The John Deere does the same thing. However, the case was in the way. However, there are engine compartments and cooler compartment doors that do open up on the John Deere. So it's a little bit different. That Deere, I believe, is made by Ertl. Same as this John Deere here. This is the John Deere 200 C, I believe. This one you guys have seen on my channel before. I did all of the custom guarding and weathering on it. I did a custom thumb. I did the weathering, the custom cab guarding for the old school style cab guarding that you would see in British Columbia, or up in the inland portion of British Columbia. Next up, this is my Cat 320. This one I weathered to look like the one that I ran when I worked on the road. So that excavator there is a Cat 320 that I went through and weathered this one to look almost identical to. So I went through, weathered up the pins and bushings area, gave it some wear and tear on the bucket, did the undercarriage, worked and weathered up the back. You know, the rear counterweight has seen some wear and tear. Very, very happy with the model. Again, die-cast masters, and it is a very detailed model. It is basically the same as the 336, only smaller, and obviously weathered. Next up, this is the John Deere. What is this one? I believe this is a 345. Yeah, yes, 345. This is the Zero Swing 345. Again, designed for zero swing, meaning tight areas, inner city, or heavy highway where they need the zero swing for the turning radius. Saw this and the Cat 335, I believe is what its model is, that has the zero swing. And the Cat 335, the John Deere 345, and then the link belt version of the Cat and John Deere with the zero swing. I see those a lot out on the road. When I was working on the road out, we'd drive out towards Syracuse or towards Utica, and on the 90, when there was construction going on the 90, a lot of the excavators that were there had the zero swing due to the tight confined working spaces that they were in. This model, the only gripe I've had with it is the one set of tracks on the one side came off. Not really sure what happened there. I think it was just a connection that it got caught just right and it came off. But other than that, it's a very well-detailed model. There is a lot of slack in the tracks as well, as you can see. And then I don't believe there are compartments that do open up. I was mistaken. I don't know if I'll be able to get to it. Yes, there we go. So that compartment opens up. You can see there, I believe those are resembling a kill switch and some other stuff. And then maybe this side opens up. I believe this side does open up, but I'm not going to mess with it too much because it is kind of a pain in the butt to open. But as you can see, zero swing, very nice. It does display well on a trailer as well, so very nice. Next up is my case. This is a CX210. I thought it was the 220. I have this 210. This one I bought to kind of resemble the CX130 that I ran working on the road, which is, where is it? It is that machine right there. That is a CX130, and they don't offer a 150th scale CX130, but they do offer a CX210. So very similar in size, just a little bit bigger, but very nice model. You can see here it does have a functional thumb, bucket, you've got your cab guarding, and then you have obviously all your other handrails, guardrails, whatever you want to call them, safety rails. Very nice model. Not really that functional in terms of movement. A lot of people, you know, they'll go, and so that's how far the stick comes out, and the boom only goes down that far. So not a very overall functional model, but it does the job nonetheless. And then as I was preparing to do this video, the one track came off completely. It one of the links where they connect snapped off, and I had to fiddle around and get it back to, you know, obviously being the way it is. But nonetheless, it's a very nice model. It does fit well with my forestry collection, you know, having the guarding and then the thumb and all that. So very nice model. Next up, this is the link belt. This is an older model, back when they still did rubber tracks. This is the, 210LX. So again, size-wise, it would roughly be around the 210 case size, give or take. Basically, it's the same thing as a John Deere, only a link belt. Again, Ertl, but I've always liked link belt, the red and kind of that light gray. I've always liked the look of that, and I wanted it. Got it on eBay for a really reasonable price, and I don't plan to mess with it. It is an all original model, and I plan to keep it that way. But as you can see, so you got your link belt up here, stick and boom functions, very nice. It goes down fairly far for an older model. Very nice, very happy with it. In terms of detail, I mean, you get what you get for an older model. I mean, you don't have a mirror, you don't really have a whole lot other than what you see is what you get. The overall look of it is nice. It does stick out in my collection because it is the only one that I have. So it does kind of stick out. It catches people's attention. Very nice though. Moving on, this is the Diecast Masters Cat 568 Road Builder. It is not an excavator, it's a road builder is what they call it. So basically what this is, so you have that 568 there with the raised cab. So this has a higher cab. Again, this one tilts down, but it is based off of that 568's chassis. And what I mean by that is, if you look at, say, the undercarriage on the case, that's your traditional, you know, excavator chassis. This one has high-rise idlers in the middle there. It has extra rock guarding. The frame itself sits higher, so as you can see, there's the frame on the case. Very flat and straight, as here it is raised up, as you can see off of those angles. So it's designed for, you know, if it needs to drive over a stump, it can make its own road, so to speak. Functional thumb, bucket, and the thumb. And when I say functional thumb, I mean that's a very functional thumb. It goes all the way to where the bucket opens up. So put that back the way it was, and open the thumb back up. That's how far it opens. Very nice model. Lots of detail, as you can see. Again, 568, you've got your guarding, your fall protection items. Very nice model. I do enjoy it. I do like a 568 row builder. And lastly, this is my cat triple nickel D, so a 555D skidder. And this is, again, a Die-Cast Masters log skidder. They do make an older model. I did get this as the newer version. Nothing too crazy in terms of function. Blade goes up and down, and then you have your grapple setup. Grapple can open and close. This raises and lowers, and then this portion can come in or extend out, whichever you prefer. And then the grapple has a full 360-degree pivot. So that is going to wrap up my 1/50th scale collection. If you guys have any questions or comments, comment them down below. If you want to see something more specific, you know, if you want to see the 568 in more detail, I do have videos on that one. No, the grapple 568. But if you want to see something more in-depth, comment it down below. And if you even saw something, you know, in the previous part 1, you wanted to see something more in-depth, comment it down below as well. But other than that, guys, that is going to wrap up the video. I hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Lego Man 213 out.